Welcome to Tech Query Pond. Today we are going to see how to create ID with auto increment in Oracle. Let's see it. So today we cover some basic point regarding the auto increments. In Oracle, we can create an auto increment field using sequence. Sequence is an object of the Oracle database. Object like table, function, trigger, views. So sequence is one of the object of the Oracle database that can be assigned up as a primary key. So in that sequence has sequence generated unique value. So that value can't be duplicate. Using Oracle sequence object, you can generate new values for a column. So we are basically generating new value for that column. So it can be auto increment also. Oracle sequence object is just like as discussed as like a table or store procedure. So let's begin. So here basically I have one table called city. So this table have three columns: ID, city name, and created on. Okay. So my requirement is basically I want the ID column which has value that are uniques and not be duplicates. So just like a primary key, but I want that value can be generated automatically, auto incrementally. So what should I do for that? So here basically we can use the concept of the auto increment. Let's see the one basic example. Suppose I want to insert value in that table. So what will be my insert query like? Insert into city, and my column names are like id comma city underscore name and created on. So here I'm putting some values like id is 1 and city name is Mumbai, and by default created on is I'm putting here sysdate. Okay, so I have inserted one row here. Let's commit. So when you fetch that row, so basically table contain id 1, city name and created on. The my basic requirement here is that I want that id column generated automatically and auto incrementally. So basically I want to insert city name and created on two columns value, and id column will be generated automatically. Okay, so for that we have sequence object, and we can access use that sequence object in our trigger. Okay, let's see how can we do it. So here basically I have one trigger. By using that trigger I can implement that auto increment in Oracle. So first we are going to create a sequence. The sequence is basically object of that Oracle. So I have put my sequence name sequence my sequence. Okay, to my SEQ. The basically value start with, we can put here start with 1 also. Okay, the max value, so we can here put here upper limit of that sequence, minimum value. So let's gonna create a sequence here. So I'm going to create sequence here. Okay, so sequence is created. Okay, so on that city table, let's check whether it is have any trigger or not. So I have checked that there is a no trigger on the city table. Okay, so here I am going to create a trigger on that. So just copy the code which I have ready made. So I'm pasting here code. So basically trigger syntax is like that: create or replace trigger. Trigger name is tr underscore city. Before insert on table name which is city. For each row begin select LPAD trim. So I'm basically putting maintaining the value of that ID as a 10 digits. So basically if my city ID is 1, so basically it can generate value like 00001 for 10 digit. Okay, and so on. So that's why I'm writing here code for that. LPAD trim or RTRIM. Okay, and here is my sequence name. Okay, the sequence which I have created. So it can generate a sequence NEXTVAL. Okay, so now I'm going to create that trigger on the table. So trigger is created. Okay, let's check the trigger is created or not. So here the trigger is created on table. Okay, so now I'm going to insert value in city table, but here I am not putting ID column, so I'm ignoring that column. So I'm just inserting two values for city name and created on. Okay, so I'm deleting existing data. Okay, I have deleted data. Just check again. Okay, the table is empty. So I am going to insert record in the table. Okay, one row is inserted, and let's check. Okay, the ID generated 0, 0, 1, and Mumbai city name is Mumbai and created date is this date. Okay, so as many time I am inserting that record, so it can generate automatically the ID columns value. Okay, okay, as many time I am inserting value in that table. Okay, and then I am doing commit here. Let's check. Okay, so if you are doing ascending order, so the ID value is automatically generating. So in that scenario, we don't need to insert manually the ID column value. Okay, so directly it can be generated using trigger. So basically, let's check about this sequence. So here I have created sequence. Um, Sequence name is myseq. Okay, so sequence is a object uh, which have which doesn't have the duplicate value. So its value is incremented by 1. We can define the values parameter also. It can be if you want to increment by 2 or 4 and as on. Okay, so if I want to get the next value of the sequence, then let's check. Select myseq is an object. Let's check. This is an object dot next val from dual. Okay, so if I am firing that query, that output is 10. So again I am firing 11, 12, 13, 14 as on. So it can be generated his next val. Okay, and the one more a basic thing about regarding sequence, that when we are rollbacking the rollback any transaction or any operation, the sequence value which has generated is doesn't roll back. So it can be always generating the next value of that previous value. Okay, okay. Thanks for the watching the video.